Learning a new language is both an exciting and challenging journey. Among the 4 major language skills, reading, writing, listening, and speaking often feels like the hardest to master because it requires instant recall, fast decision-making, and spontaneous reaction. Many English learners find themselves stuck at this stage. They can read and write fairly well. They even understand spoken English. But when it comes to speaking, their minds freeze. They begin to overthink. Is this the correct grammar? Did I pronounce that right? What if I make a mistake? This internal pressure blocks fluency. Speaking becomes a slow, stressful process. It feels like every sentence is a puzzle to solve. This struggle is common. And yet, if you listen to fluent speakers, especially native speakers or those who have achieved a high level of fluency, you'll notice something interesting. They speak naturally, quickly, and with confidence. They don't stop to analyze every word. They simply talk. Their sentences flow, their reactions are instant, and their focus is on communication, not perfection. So how do they do it? The answer lies in a powerful idea: speaking without thinking. This does not mean speaking carelessly. It means speaking without overanalyzing. It's about developing automatic language habits, so words come out of your mouth easily, without hesitation. This is not a talent that some people are born with. It is a skill that anyone can build through the right kind of practice. In this podcast essay, we will explore how you can train yourself to speak English without overthinking. We'll dive into practical methods such as repetition, shadowing, chunking, and immersion. We'll also talk about why thinking too much before speaking can hold you back, and how to overcome fear of mistakes. Along the way, we'll break the myth that speaking fluently requires perfect grammar or a huge vocabulary. Instead, we'll focus on building confidence, rhythm, and real communication skills. Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate learner, this guide will give you a new way of thinking about English. A way that leads to natural fluency. A way that feels less like memorizing and more like living the language. So, if you've ever said, "I understand English, but I can't speak it," this is for you. Let's begin this journey together. To speak English without fear, without hesitation, and without thinking. 1. Reprogram your mind to think in English. Thinking in English is the first major shift that separates learners from speakers. At the beginner level, it's normal to translate from your native language. But as you move forward, translation slows you down. It adds an extra step between your thoughts and your words. To speak fluently, you need to eliminate that step. The way to do this is to start internalizing English as your default mode of expression. Start with small thoughts. I'm hungry. It's cold today. Where's my phone? Say them out loud. Gradually expand to longer expressions like, I should have brought an umbrella, or I wonder what she meant by that. Practice turning your inner monologue into English. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on flow. Over time, English will become the voice inside your head. 2. Build a routine around English input. Your brain absorbs language best through massive input. Just like babies listen for years before they speak, adult learners also benefit from listening before talking. But not just any input, comprehensible input. This means content that is slightly above your level, but still understandable. Create a routine. Watch 30 minutes of English TV shows daily. Listen to podcasts on your commute. Read articles on topics you love. The more you enjoy the content, the more likely you are to stick with it. And when input becomes a habit, your speaking ability improves naturally. 3. Practice output in a safe space. Speaking requires output, but not all speaking practice is equal. You need a safe space where you can speak without fear, without judgment. Talking to yourself is one of the most powerful and underrated tools. Narrate your day, explain your plans, pretend you're giving advice. You'll get more speaking time this way than in most language classes. Also, use technology. Voice recording apps allow you to hear your own pronunciation and notice what needs improvement. Language exchange platforms offer chances to talk with real people. Create a practice plan: 10 minutes of self-talk, 15 minutes of shadowing, 1 conversation a week. Consistency matters more than perfection. 4. Learn in chunks, not words. Words are important, but phrases are the building blocks of fluent speech. Native speakers don't say, "How are you?" by putting 3 words together. They recall it as a single sound unit. That's a chunk. Learning chunks helps with grammar, pronunciation, and fluency. Instead of memorizing rules, you memorize examples. Instead of thinking subject plus verb plus object, you say, "I don't think so. Let me see. That sounds good." Make a list of your favorite chunks. Write them down, repeat them, and use them in conversations. Your speaking will feel smoother and more natural. 5. Make English emotional. Language learning is emotional. You remember what moves you. So connect English to your feelings. Watch romantic comedies if you love love stories. Listen to sad songs when you feel down. Follow motivational speakers if you need inspiration. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the memory. Also, express your emotions in English. Don't just say, "I'm fine." Try, "I'm feeling overwhelmed," or "I'm really excited today." Expressing feelings deepens your vocabulary and builds a more personal connection with the language. 6. Create English habits that stick. Habits make progress automatic. Choose 1 or 2 English habits and attach them to your daily routine. For example, after brushing your teeth, listen to a 5-minute English podcast. During lunch, watch a short video in English. Before bed, write a 3-sentence diary entry in English. These habits seem small, but they build momentum. Over weeks and months, they become part of who you are, a person who lives in English. 7. Speak without fear of mistakes. One of the biggest barriers to fluency is fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being wrong. But here's the truth: fluency requires mistakes. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. They got fluent by speaking before they were ready. Let go of perfection. Speak messy. Be proud of trying. When you make a mistake, smile and keep going. Most native speakers admire your effort. They're not grammar police. Remember, the goal is communication, not perfection. 8. Use technology to practice smart. Technology offers amazing tools. Use them. Apps like Anki help you remember vocabulary. Speech recognition tools like Elsa or Google Translate can help you check pronunciation. AI tools can correct your grammar or suggest better expressions. But don't get stuck in the tools. Use them as support, not as a replacement for real communication. The more you speak, the more fluent you become. 9. Surround yourself with English. Create an English world around you. Change your phone's language. Follow English-speaking YouTubers. Join online communities. Label objects in your house. Even if you live in a non-English speaking country, you can create an English environment through the internet. Immersion isn't about location, it's about mindset. The more English becomes part of your daily life, the more natural it feels. 10. Keep going when it gets hard. Some days you'll feel stuck. Some days English will feel like a mountain you can't climb. That's normal. Progress isn't a straight line. It's a cycle of ups and downs. When motivation fades, go back to your why. Why did you start learning English? What do you want to do with it? Remind yourself of your dreams. Watch your favorite English movie again. Listen to a podcast that makes you laugh. Reconnect emotionally. And most importantly, don't give up. Fluency doesn't come overnight, but with daily effort, it always comes.